Hello and welcome to Chesapeake Weekly. Well, you've heard us say this in the past, but it really bears repeating. Chesapeake is truly a great place to live, learn, work, farm, and play. And none of those things would be possible without Chesapeake also being a very safe place, and it is, much thanks to our first responders. In fact, Chesapeake was recently honored with the Heart Safe Community Award. Here's Battalion Chief James Reynolds with more.
And it's not just the work of the extraordinary men and women of the Chesapeake Fire Department, but also our amazing police officers and what they do in the community. Our police officers a lot of times are the first on scene of a cardiac arrest doing CPR and using the automatic defibrillator. We have the public safety telecommunicators who are providing CPR instructions on the telephone when you call 911. We also have we use Pulse Point responder, and so we have 75 firefighters signed up as verified responders. So they get alerts when they're off duty of a cardiac arrest within a half mile of their location. 26 of them actually have AEDs in their personal owned vehicles, so this way we have additional defibrillators out there in the community. We also work very closely with the different hospitals in the area. We work very closely with the emergency rooms and also with their chest pain units. And I think the award is just really based on, it's just all of us working together.
And an important part of addressing cardiac arrest is, of course, all the work that's done once the ambulance gets you to the hospital, which, by the way, if you're having chest pains, don't drive yourself to the hospital. Get someone to drive you or call an ambulance. This is an actual thing that happens and it's dangerous to you and those around you. But once you get yourself to Chesapeake Regional Healthcare, you can be sure that you'll be in good hands. We saw proof of that recently during a drill at their chest pain center.
Any shortness of breath?
A little bit. Okay. A little bit.
All right, just hold tight. They'll be right with you, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, where's the hurt exactly?
Hurt's kind of in the center of my chest.
Okay.
Moves around a little bit.
Okay. Do you have any family history of heart attacks or strokes?
My dad had a heart attack.
Hey Nick, can you go ahead and notify the hospital that we have a STEMI? Okay. It does look like you're having a heart attack, okay? We're going to go ahead and get you to the hospital as soon as we can, all right?
And it all begins with our EMS partners. They identify the patient when the 911 call is dispatched, and it all begins with them. They send us the EKG, they initiate intravenous access so that upon arrival to the emergency department, our transition is seamless in ensuring we have proper pad placement, ensuring that we have them on our cardiac monitors, ensuring that medication are provided in a timely fashion according to our cardiologist's direction. And then we ensure that our catheterization team has been called and activated so that we have a smooth transition to our cath lab, which I'm currently standing in, because our door to balloon time is under 90 minutes. So we are doing everything we can to ensure a high success rate for all of our patients and our community.
And there's a lot of advancements that have happened in the last 10 years in terms of catheterization and heart care. The majority of those advancements are to do with equipment and also advancement in care of the sickest of the sick heart patients and avoiding surgery in many of the patients that you may have sent for surgery. For example, yesterday we had a patient with multiple blockages that were heavily calcified, which is like teeth and bone, would have normally gone for surgery, let's say 15 years ago. And today we can take care of that patient without having to go for open heart surgery. I think the most important thing in heart attack recognition is the patient. So community education is the most important thing. People recognizing, okay, I'm having a heart attack, or I could be having a heart attack, and calling 911.
And as you may know, cardiovascular disease is the #1 killer of women nationwide, a statistic that Chesapeake Regional wants to improve for our community. So after monitoring repeat visits to the emergency room, staff at Chesapeake Regional noticed that the majority of those repeat visits for all sorts of health concerns were for women, and specifically women who live in South Norfolk. So they pulled together a plan to reach out to that community to be proactive with women's health.
I focus on multi-visit patients in the emergency room, and I decided I wanted to know more about who those patients are that have 5 or more emergency room visits in a year. So I started breaking them down demographically, and what I found was a large majority of them come from South Norfolk, and a large majority of them are women. So what I wanted to do is try to do a research study to see if breaking some of those barriers to access, such as location, poor internet service, poor transportation. If we break some of those barriers, can we increase a woman's sense of well-being and her health status?
This is our baby. Yes, and we talk about safe sleep and back to sleep and talking to your baby and nurturing your baby. And then WIC helps out with the nutrition for baby and mommy and family as well.
So we're going to do this women's wellness event for 6 months, the first Wednesday of the month for 6 months, bringing all the resources here to the women, and then see if that has made any difference in their health status or their sense of well-being. We have everything you can think of for every age women. We have WIC, we have baby care, we have senior services of Southeastern Virginia, we have the HOPE program, which is a domestic violence program. We have job openings at the hospital and other locations. Pretty much anything you can think of. We have social services out here. We have Healthy Chesapeake. We have the Buffalo family with the food ministry. We have 40 different organizations and groups here. Well, I just hope that everybody will come out and take advantage of the resources that are here today. It's a little bit harder to get to these resources sometimes if you don't have, like I said, a computer or internet access. While we're here in your backyard, I hope that people will come and take advantage and go through the tables. We have lots of giveaways and prizes too, so something for everybody.
Women's Wellness Wednesdays are the first Wednesday of each month at Chesapeake RX, 2544 Bainbridge Boulevard from 10 to 2. Well, if we've learned anything from the past year, it's that we have to have a plan and we have to be prepared for the worst. And that's certainly true now, especially as we're headed into the height of hurricane season. So let's talk evacuations. Do you know what evacuation zone you're in? And if you do, what's your plan in the event of an evacuation? Do you know where you'd go? The time to answer those questions is now.
From the first car leaving to the last car finishing that evacuation, for Zone A only, okay, is 28 hours, start to finish. And that doesn't include traffic, accidents, breakdowns, or any of that. So from when I say go to when the last person leaves Zone A, it's 28 hours solid, okay? And so that's why we're trying to tell people, hey, get prepared now. Don't wait for the big mass evacuation when you're on the roadway for, 20 plus hours trying to get to Richmond. Make your plans now. Find out where grandma's house is, what zone it's in. If it's in Zone C, hey, buy grandma a generator, okay? Let's put a generator at grandma's house. Let's all go there. Let's have a party until the storm's over, and then we can go back home. Get you back in, and we want you back in the community faster to start rebuilding, to start, working in the restaurants that are gonna reopen afterwards and Lowe's and all that stuff. So we want you guys coming back as soon as possible so you don't need to go to Richmond.
So again, visit knowyourzoneva.org. Put in your address to find out what zone you're in. Then make a plan now for where you'd go if you were ever asked to evacuate. Learn more about how to prepare your home and your family for hurricane season at Ready.gov. Now, while we're talking all things health and safety this week, mosquitoes are worth a mention. Can mosquitoes transmit certain diseases to humans? Yes. Is that likely to happen here in Chesapeake? No. And if pesticides are a concern of yours, there are many pesticide-free methods that you can try out to survive mosquito season. Here's Mosquito Control Director Lisa Wagenbrenner with more.
Our local mosquitoes can transmit 2 different diseases that we monitor for. One is West Nile virus, and the other one is Eastern equine encephalitis. We call that one Triple E for short. So we're constantly testing these mosquitoes and monitoring, and if we do come up with a positive, we're going out to that area of the city and we're spraying. The crews will be deployed to see if there's any standing water around that needs to be treated, and of course the truck spraying at night too. We usually do a double whammy in those areas where we have positive, so it'll be 2 nights in a row of truck spraying. We're seeing resistance in our mosquito population because they're just being way bombarded with too much pesticide, so they're building up resistance. So we are actually doing resistance testing. We've started it 3 years ago, so we're monitoring that. We're able to rotate our products to cut down on that and help with that, but there again, we don't know about the private companies and where they've been or haven't been, so that's becoming a little bit of an issue. If you have electrical outlet in your backyard and you have a deck or a patio and you're sitting outside, buy one of those shop fans and plug it up, because mosquitoes really aren't strong flyers and they can't fly against that fan. So if it's, if it's hot outside, you like a fan on you anyway. So I tell people to buy a fan. You know, they're about 20 bucks at, you know, your local big box store, and yeah, hook it up. It works great. You can try planting some of the citronella, but all that's doing is masking your scent. You know, the more smelly things you have around you, it's going to be harder for that mosquito to smell us. So, and that's exactly how sprays work. Sprays that contain DEET, which is what I recommend. Read the label, apply it correctly and to your exposed skin, and DEET really does help to reduce the mosquito population. Some of the other, or mosquito populations could be biting you. Some of the other products that are deemed natural, they work a little bit, but they just don't work as long as products that contain DEET. So, but some of those things, yeah, fans definitely.
And finally, what's better for your health than a Dairy Queen Blizzard or a meal from a food truck? It's all about balance, people. First up is Ice Cream for a Cause. The Girl Scout Council of Colonial Coast will host meet and treat events on July 31st from 10 to 11:30 at select Dairy Queens throughout the area. Bring a girl in your life who might benefit from joining the Girl Scout Leadership Experience. There will be activities and information about how you can join. Plus, while you're there, you might as well treat yourself to a Girl Scouts Thin Mint Blizzard. And if you don't know, the Girl Scout Council of Colonial Coast serves girls from all over Northeast North Carolina and Southeastern Virginia, but their headquarters are right here in Chesapeake. Learn more and get involved at gsccc.org. And finally, food trucks are back. The Great Bridge Battlefield and Waterways History Museum is hosting their very popular Revolutionary Food Truck Nights on the first Wednesday of August, September, and October from 4 to 7 p.m. They'll also have the museum and gift shop open until 6 p.m. on those evenings, so get there in time to explore the museum a bit and then grab some food. Now, a portion of food proceeds will go to benefit the Great Bridge Battlefield and Waterways History Foundation. Just in case you needed a reminder about how fun these food truck events can be, I feel like it's been a while since we've had them. Here's a story we did a couple years ago at the Revolutionary Food Truck event.
What do you like most about dining al fresco like this?
And I just want to show my support and love for the, the food truck industry.
And these are?
The asada fries.
Nice.
What's really is happening is the Yoli's hot dogs, though. Come show some love. Come get two, please. Kayla, show the hot dogs real quick. That's unbeatable. That's lovely. Are you gonna eat all that?
Yes.
Sorry, hold on. I got another bite.
Too good, huh?
Huli Huli chicken is a Hawaiian recipe from Hawaii, and basically it's a boneless, skinless thigh soaked in a Hawaiian marinade, secret. And in Hawaii, you'll see these all over the area, and then people got makeshift grills and they're just constantly turning the chicken over coals. Our signature dish, of course, obviously is pulled pork, Carolina-style pulled pork, and we also do beef brisket. But this right here is an in-laws of ours that's a native of Hawaii that gave us this recipe. And everyone who's ever been there, had it there, says we are spot on.
The food is really, really good. Check it out. Make sure you get the sun on there. Food tastes better when you eat it in the sun. So.
That's right.
First time in Chesapeake. I'm actually from Houston.
Oh, nice.
And to be honest, I mean, the vibe is really cool. I like the old town. Is that supposed to be like Jamestown, something over there?
Okay, well, we've had the food trucks here in the past, and it's been very popular with the folks here in Great Bridge and in Chesapeake. And so we definitely wanted to bring it back once we had the building complete. And we've opened up the building now so people can see what the foundation has done and the work we're continuing to do here at the Great Bridge Battlefield. We also have the gift shop open. That's going to be one way for us to continue to get a little extra money into the coffers to continue to do the work that we do here at the foundation.
I had the brisket sandwich, and you had?
The pork barbecue.
And it was really good. It was really good. I think it probably tastes a little bit better because it's such a beautiful day out here next to the locks, but it was a really good experience. This is a great setup.
Agreed?
Agreed, yeah. The fries were excellent.
Yeah, fries are good too.
It's good for the heart, good for the soul.
You haven't eaten yet?
Learn more about the museum and how you can be involved at gbbattlefield.org. And be sure to place those food truck events on your calendars for the first Wednesday in August, September, and October from 4 to 7 p.m. Well, that does it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great week, and we'll see you right back here again next week.